Hey, Birdie. Our story today is Chrysanthemum by Kevin Henkes. Yeah, this is one of my favorite stories. All right, hang on. Mango's trying to say hi too, but... The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Just like Bella, right, Bella? Her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. You love your name, Bella? Well, you're supposed to be a girl, but you turned out to be a boy, so you're keeping your name. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect, and then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum. School! But when Mrs. Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Oh boy. That's not nice, is it, Bella? It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Oh, poor Birdie. What do you think, Birdie? The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many as there are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Chud. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum, miserably. Aw, now she doesn't like her name. What do you think, Birdie? Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag. And I'm named after a flower. Oh, pish, said her mother. Your name is beautiful and precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Yeah? You think it's absolutely perfect, Bella? Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That's a game. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. You think her name is good, Birdie? No, don't try to bite me. Just be nice. Be nice. The next morning... Yeah, I know. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most beautiful jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. That is a long name. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing. Let's smell her, said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Oh, they weren't being very nice to her, were they, Birdie? The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, "A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things." "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria," said Mrs. Chud. "Now put your head down. She's supposed to be napping." "I just cannot believe your name," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "Neither can I," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. How would you feel, Birdie, if people made fun of you? Would you like it? "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick and smell me." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "They're just jealous, and envious, and begrudging, and discontented, and jaundiced," said her father. "Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours?" said her mother. "After all, it's absolutely perfect," said her father. Oh, her mommy and daddy are nice, aren't they, Birdie? Chrysanthemum felt a little bit better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she was really a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked and plucked and the leaves and the petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Yeah. Chrysanthemum wore her favorite outfit with seven pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was something like out of a dream and was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an incredible teacher. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musicale. Victorian was chosen to be the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Jo was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger, and Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Birdie, are you going to turn the page? Chrysanthemum's a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy. Jo, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Come here, Stinky. We're not done with the story. "What's so humorous?" said Mrs. Twinkle. "Chrysanthemum," was the answer. "Her name is so long." "It scarcely fits on her name tag," said Rita, pointing. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "She's named after a flower." "My name is too long," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It is?" said Jo. "My name would scarcely fit on a name tag," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It would?" said Rita, pointing. "And," said Mrs. Twinkle, "I'm named after a flower, too." "You are?" said Victoria. "Yes," said Mrs. Twinkle. "My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle." What a pretty name, huh, Birdie? "And if I have a baby girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum her name. I think it's absolutely perfect." Wow, somebody likes her name. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed, she beamed, she bloomed. "Chrysanthemum! Chrysanthemum! Chrysanthemum!" Is that a good ending? Birdie, I don't know why you're trying to bite me. You either like the story or you don't like it. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. Call me Marigold. I'm Carnation, said Rita, pointing. My name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it! What about you, Birdie? You like the bird? Stop biting Mommy. That's not nice. Okay, that's the end of the story. I've been reading this story for a long time. I usually read it at the beginning of the school year. That's right, because we always get to know each other's names. Maybe you can talk about how you got your name with your mom and dad, right, Birdie? Birdie was supposed to be a girl, huh, Bella? And then we found out you were a boy because you became a papa bird. But I still call him Bella because he's already 10 years old, so he doesn't care. Right? That's right. Hope you enjoyed the story. Share comments and tell me your favorite story. Say bye-bye, Birdie.